There is a quiet in the air, and I've been sensing it since around 3 o'clock. And I'm wondering, can you all sense it too? The quietness that's in the air. It's been I can't pinpoint it. I really can't pinpoint it that well. I cannot pinpoint where the quietness is coming from. I can't. But there's something. Are you sensing, hello Applebrooks, are you all sensing a quietness in the air, in the like spiritual realm? Because I've been sensing it since around, let me see if I can find my earpiece. I've been sensing it around, I don't know, maybe 3 o'clock. That's how long I've been sensing it. Let me put this down, you all. Put this up here like this. I gotta put my earpiece in. So just wait on, you all, just one moment. Um, try to untangle my cord. You're all looking up after the rafters. Hold on. You all sense it, a quietness in the air. It comes and goes. Yeah, I've been feeling it. I have. Even though it's kind of peaceful, I've just been like hearing the birds and stuff is what I've been hearing. But I can't, hold on you a second. Yeah, I gotta try to get my jacket on while I'm doing this, my shirt on or something. Gotta get my shirt on because it's a little chilly outside. A quietness in the air. Okay, that's wonderful, Angel Honey A99. You go ahead and get your work done. Yes, this video will be here when you get done. Yeah, it is and it is a relaxing. And it's strange. It really is strange. It's like even the birds, there's like a Susan, honey. Yes, yes, Susan. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Can you let me do this. So if I was to be still, oh, like can you sense it? It's unusual. I haven't felt this quietness in the air for, oh my, I couldn't tell you the last time. I'm buffering. Um, Carrie Brill could be. Hello, everyone. Yeah. You can't sense it, Applebrooks, honey. Hello. You've been nauseous. I've been good. I got really tired. It was like probably around 10 minutes ago, so I just laid on the couch, just closed my eyes for maybe 5 minutes, and then I got up. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's really strange to be able to hear um, like a silence in the air. It really is. It's like you can hear it with your senses, other than your your ears and stuff like that. You notice a yellowish green tint outside. My birds are singing, but not as much as they normally do. So this was strange too. Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say it. So I'm not even going to go there. So I'm not going to say that, even though there's nothing to it. But I'm not going to go there. I was thinking that too, Patty. And tomorrow, there's, something happening tomorrow. That's all I can say. That's all I will say. Something happening tomorrow. Um, your birds are the same. Yeah, your birds are happy. These birds feel happy, but there's not as many chirping. Oh, that's a good thing. What's the barometric pressure? Let's look at the thermometer. There's the thermometer. Um, I can't really read the barometric pressure. Maybe you all can. I don't even know where it's at. Um, I don't know what it's pointing on you all. I can't really read it. And the humidity. Yeah, so there's the barometric pressure. Is that good for the barometric pressure to be right there? It looks like it's pointing at 975. It's pointing at 975, the barometric pressure. Oh, thank you. You saw it. Yeah. Um, I don't want to. I don't want to dance right now. Um, I don't. Yeah, it's 975 is the barometric pressure, but I don't know what that. I used to know what it means. Um, you've heard this silence for months now. And it's like normally I would hear like a bunch of cars going down the road too and stuff, but it seems like even they aren't going as much either. Oh, okay, thank you. Because I really didn't know if it was. Thing close. We're getting close to something. We really are. We got big bumblebees. They got the big wood boring bees where I'm at. A dense mist. Um, yes, you all. Please give this video a thumbs up. Even though I'm just talking about, it's just very quiet. It really is. There's like a quietness in the air. Even though the birds are, it's like a peaceful. Hello, Mistress Shura. Yeah. Change your thoughts and write your DNA. Well, some people can't do that because some people can't imagine that. Um, I guess what works for some may not work for everyone. Really, yeah. The only time I'll see a video if it's sent to my Telegram, probably, or my Messenger, and even then, it's most likely that I won't see it because I've got all kinds of messages in all of my social media accounts that I do not get to. I don't. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't get to them. Um, the calm before the storm. Did you all see that video today, the live that I did, about how when you text stuff and it keeps auto-correcting you and changing your words? Because I really do think there's something to it. I really do. Um, yeah. Yeah, changing and stuff. I really do think there's something to that. I really do, and I do think it's something more than what meets the eye. I really do. Something more than the obvious. I like the chimes too. Yes, your stuff has some minds to it. Um, it is peaceful here. It's very calm, which is strange. It's a calmness, it's a quietness, it's a peacefulness, but it's unusual. It really is. Yeah, you got a little wind chime. There is a lot of energy. Well, I'm not into some of the stuff that some people are in. Okay, I'm not. I just want to be me and do my thing, live my life. Um, yeah, the air feels thick. Gina, I think they're going to try to shock with it out of the blue with the time limit force us. Well, you never know what's going to happen. Oh, you're welcome, Di Franzi. You're like an antenna. That's okay. We need antennas. We need antennas. We do. That's funny. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Geronimo. That's the ether that you feel. Um, well, it can go by many names. It doesn't take away from what we feel. It doesn't, just because we don't use the name ether or something like that. But thank you for um, letting us know another name that some use for it. Oh, it's going to be fine. It really is. And I tell you what, our sky was super, super, super thick. It was thick like cake icing, like icing today. You could barely see the sun as it was coming through the clouds, or the whole white of the whole white of the sky. That's how thick it was. It was really like that. Thank you, Al. It's a lot of work. It really is. But it's okay. It is. It's um, it's the first. This is really the first home we've ever had since 2004. Because when I got married right out of high school, and my husband was in the military, and that was 1987 when I got married, and so we didn't have our own home until 2004. And it was a foreclosure. Everything that you see here, 90% of it wasn't here. I mean, the home was, but all of the landscape and stuff like that wasn't here. It's been a lot of work. Oh, good evening. Yeah, it's still quiet. It's still a quietness in the air. Such a quietness. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You just get up and you move, and you make friends. That's what happens. You make friends, and within 2, 3, 4 years, boom, you leave them behind and move on to the next place. That's what you do. You do that for around 20 some odd years or so. And you just meet people from all walks of life, and you get to see other things. It was a very good life, and I'm not going to say it wasn't. It was a really good life. A lot of places to see and a lot of people to meet. It was a very good cultural, eye-opening experience. It was. We've got to come up with our own income and bring the less fortunate, elderly with a disability, pregnant mothers, grow foods, and we can feed them Christ. Yeah. You remember Mr. Musk said that we will need a universal basic income. That's what he said that we're going to need, because by 2024 or 2025, the robots will have taken 50% of the jobs that Americans currently have. And I think he said that a long time ago. It was years ago. And I remember him having an interview with an Air Force general. And he told them, they were talking about airplanes, fighter jets. He goes, you won't need them. You won't need the people because they'll all be automated. He told him that. You won't need people to fly your airplanes because they will all be automated, more or less. And that Air Force general or whoever he was, he got totally silent. Yeah, yeah. You almost drove Half Moon Bay today. Wow. Very heavy atmosphere here. Oh, wow. That's, yeah. Oh, you're also welcome. Um, yeah, it's almost like too quiet. It really is. It's almost like too quiet out here. Looking, Elon Musk, well, he knew. It's been planned that the majority of the jobs that people do will be taken by um, and they'll need a universal basic income for the people um, who don't work. So you can stay at home and enjoy your life, and you'll be happy because you won't be working, and you'll just get that universal basic income. I'm probably not supposed to say that either, you all. I'm probably not. Uh, Fondering divorce, yes. Um, Al Sanchez, probably so. Gina ain't afraid of the cryptids. What's a cryptid? Lisa, what's a cryptid? Um, what is a cryptid? I think I've heard of a cryptid. First, I thought you said crypto. I didn't. I thought you said crypto, or maybe Tales from the Crypt. Um, it it breeds complacency. Yeah, it does breed complacency when you don't go out to a job. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. My husband actually, he put all that mulch down in these past 2 days, all in the front. It was a lot of work, but he put another layer of mulch on. Yeah, it's nice out here. The leaves are starting to get on the trees, and I'm having a hot flash is what I'm having. Ah. Oh, you got spavins, you got buffering in Australia. Um, oh, life is a party. You got yourself timed out. You're probably saying things that you shouldn't say. I guess if you say it again, you'll find yourself hidden. Yeah, hello, Jay Jocelyn. So you all, have you seen, or are you feeling a quietness in the air? What happened to the good old days when you can go outside and play? That's right, jump rope, watch the Little Rascal, go to a swimming party. Yeah, everything is computers. It is. Um, here's we had to get a license renewal today. Okay, we did, and the whole entire license branch was full of people, and the number we got was 30, and there was only like a couple seats empty, and they weren't close together. So I thought, well, it's going to be a long time when you go to the license branch because they got to wait on people. So I thought, I'm just going to go get something to eat or something. I was gone like 15 minutes. When we got back, I walked in the door, and I seen some people coming out. I said, did you call our number 30? She goes, oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I thought you all had left. She said, oh, I'm so, so sorry. And because they ask you when you walk in the door, what are you there for? She goes, oh, here, take this number. It was number 35. And we sat down for 3 minutes. And then someone said, next. And the lady said, are you on number 35? She said, yes, I am. She said, you all can go. And it was like they were expediting. I said, wow. And all these people were still sitting in their chairs. I said, I think this is really cool. I never expected to get waited on this fast. She goes, oh, well, this has never happened before. That's what she said. This has never happened before. Get this. This is really, get this, you all. So she goes, we have to give people who are getting their driver's license or renewing their driver's license priority above everyone else today. She goes, if you would have came on any other day, you would not even got your license renewed. You'd have to come back on Wednesday. They literally were pushing everybody ahead because tomorrow is the primaries or whatever it is tomorrow. Just like that, I was totally shocked. They said they had never done that before, you all. Yeah, never done it before. Yeah, I mean, it worked out good for us because the place, there was not a seat left, really, except 2 people had left, that left with around maybe 28 people. And they had like 4 or 5 tellers, and they had one of their people who did it. She had to ask the people what they were doing, what they were there for, and they had to take a seat. But everybody who needed a license was put ahead of everybody else. Yeah. So that was really strange, and it was not done before because it's the election day. Now, perhaps you are not aware of this, but with the real ID, you had to have a real ID in the state of Indiana by May of 2023. A real ID, you need a passport and or a birth certificate. You will need a Social Security card. You will need 2 proofs of a mailing address with your address on it. And if you are not a naturally born citizen, you will need like another type of a birth certificate or something like that from a locality. And you will need something else. I can't forget what it is. But the real ID has a star on it. Okay, and by law, everybody has to have this real ID by 2023. And but if you don't have the documents, or you weren't born here, you will still be able to get a real ID even if you weren't born here. You'll be able to get a real ID with the star on it, and with that real ID, you will be able to get your driver's license so you can drive, and you will be able to vote you will be able to vote. If you are not a naturally born citizen, but you have immigrated here or came here in the state of Indiana, I don't know about any other states, if you just came over, they're going to give you a real ID, and you will have the privilege of driving, getting your driver's license, and voting. But you will not be able to use that as a federal form of an ID. Okay, that was really interesting to know. It was, but yeah, it's strange, and with the new IDs they're coming out with, I don't know what's up with that real ID. I don't know if you all have that in your states or not. Oh, you have to go. You have to, Gina. You just wanted to visit with you. Ah, well, hello from my heart to yours, Geronimo. Yeah. Um, Now there are some hardworking people who come over here. Okay, they are. And a lot of them come over here on H-1B visas, and they're very hardworking. They are, and the ones that I know are. Okay, they are. And I think it's wonderful. I think it is wonderful for some who can do that, because I know that a lot of other countries, they would not allow it. Okay, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. So I guess this is the land of opportunity. I think way, way back on my mother's side, her dad, okay, her dad, um, his, his wife, not my grandmother, not the Native American grandmother, but way back, I don't know how many generations, they came from Germany on the boat. Okay, they did. They came from Germany on a boat, like a lot of people, and I think somewhere on my dad's family, they came over here. I think his dad or his mother came over here during the Irish potato famine. So there is a lot. It is like a big melting pot, you all. It is. Um, yeah, and it's a very kind of a touchy thing to talk about, but you can talk about it without getting too touchy. You can. It's okay. I think we got worse things than that to worry about. We really do, you all. We do. Our world is changing, and it doesn't matter who you are. It really doesn't. It's changing. And we got to stand together. We really do. That's right. It is a mixed bag. You know, we got some extraterrestrial, we got some star seeds in here, you all, and we know they're not of this earth. Okay, we got some star seeds who do not belong here on this earth. We do. We've got some people who have been breeders by the aliens. Okay, we do. Some people who have alien DNA in their bodies. Okay, and I don't mean any disrespect or anything like that either. I don't. But we do. We have people from all walks of life, and people who have within them some DNA that is not of this world. Okay, or it's very, 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 very rare blood types. Okay, it is. Yeah. Um, oh, you have a star on it, Esteban Martinez? Well, mine has a star on it too. I don't know what the star is. Wait a minute. What, what's that doctor books? Dr. Seuss's book with that one thing that has the star on his chest. What do you remember? You know that Dr. Seuss book with the star on his chest. What's the name of that one? Because that one, I can't remember what the name of that one was. That just now popped in my mind. The Dr. Seuss book with that character with the star on his chest, and the other ones didn't have a star on their chest. Um, and yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It came out a little bit later than when my kids were little. Um, yeah, it did. Um, I hope somebody puts the name of that book in there. I really do. I want to say the Skeksis, but they're not the Skeksis. That's the Dark Crystal. The Sneetches. The Sneetches. Carrie, you know what a sneetch is supposed. You think they kind of meant like snitches? but they called it the Sneetches. There's something to that book. Okay, there really is. Um, that's why they went crazy about Dr. Seuss. Wow, the Sneetches. Yeah, it really was. My kids used to have a whole bunch of Dr. Seuss books and Dr. Seuss's videos. And when we lived in Maryland, they'd have Dr. Seuss Day every year. And my kids kind of outgrew their Dr. Seuss's stuff, and I just donated it all to the school. It was the biggest collection of Dr. Seuss's they've ever had, and it was really cool. I thought, wow, this is a wonderful, wonderful place to give this to for the children because they actually celebrated Dr. Seuss all week. So it was really nice. Yeah, the Sneetches. Um, while we going to get our popcorn, did I miss something? Yes, Roberta Singer. There are dots to be connected. There's many dots in many different areas. I guess a person could take their pick of the dots that they want connected. I think they probably could. Um, oh, we got some painting. They're doing their sky painting, you all. They are. And it's okay. It is. Somebody, oh, yeah, that didn't happen. Oh, the popcorn peeps. See, this sky just got like this right here. Kind of around up there. I don't really know why they have to do that at night, but they do. And you know what? That's okay because it gives me something to look at in the sky. Okay, it does. Something to look at in the sky. It's still peaceful out here. My spirit does feel at peace. It really does. It feels at peace out here. Um, it's just an overall sense, but it's quiet. It's really quiet. Um, Wait a minute. Elon. Okay, remember we saw that big UFO next to Elon Musk's SpaceX? I think he launched his, what do you call that rocket thing? He launched it with more satellites up in orbit. I think a couple days ago. Yeah. Aw, your mom moved to Indiana. Um, yeah. It's false, very peaceful. It is peaceful. We can be thankful for the peace, right? Look how pretty that blue looks with the white. It really does. It's like a pretty blue and white, bright white. Um, Beam me up, yes. Oh, Starlink and Twitter. Yeah, so he does want to live in symbiosis with AI. Uh, that's what he said. Yeah, it is. Do you have a cat? I have a cat. We found it in the trash can when we moved here. I think it was probably around the latter half of 2004. It was raining one night, and my children were up watching TV, and they heard this teeny tiny meow, and they looked out the window, and there was this trash can. Our trash can, one of those rubber trash cans, had its lid off, and my son went out there, and there was a little bitty tiny kitten in the trash can. So that's our kitty. It's the best kitty we've ever had. It's really our only kitty, but it's very, very, very peaceful and gentle. So yeah, we have a cat, and so we've had it since 2004, and it's an old cat, but it's had a good life. It's probably had a better life than most people, really, and that's sad. But it's yeah, that's okay. That's all right. The cat fit perfectly into our family. Um, Let me see. Your message was truth erases. Somebody, somebody wasn't born. Um, uh, yeah. Gina, do I have any chickens? No. I've got wild animals, and we have a great big animal that owns this territory. Someone said that it's a wolf. A wolf. I was going to say coyote, but they said a wolf because that wolf literally is about this tall. And my son saw it one night, and it had red eyes. And it was like one of those great big gigantic dogs. And it walked down our driveway and paused when it saw my son one night. And it scared my son to death. And then it's slow. My son didn't move. It slowly walked. It walked into the woods. Somebody said it could have been Wolfman. If there was a Wolfman, they said it could have been a Wolfman. No, we got too many wild animals. We had ducks. We had little ducks or something when we first moved here, and we had a nice cage and stuff, and the animals got them, and that was the end of the animal, of the ducks. Um, I am in Indiana, is where I'm at. The state of Indiana. What's a dire wolf? Oh, yeah, thank you, Al, Indiana. Because sometimes when you comment, they'll do a translation if it's not in the person's language, is what they'll do. It's still peaceful, you all. It's really peaceful out and quiet, which I welcome it. I really do. Oh, you're in Chicago. Oh, thank you. It's it's good. It's a good scenery because it surrounds you with plants. If you like plants, is what it does. Yeah. Well, they do it everywhere. Everybody gets some. Everybody gets a little bit of the paint droppings, the paint droppings and stuff from the paint aerosol from the air is what happens. CPS. I think that the movies that we see are. You all, I'm just gonna tell you something because I might not see you on here tonight. I can tell you this, even though I may not show it to you. There's this new series, and it's a Star Trek series, and it's Star Trek Picard. Now this is relative to me. It really is really relative to me. My husband was telling me he had watched one of the things about it, and he was talking about Q. There's a Q in it. There's the Borg Queen in it, and there is synthetic. Data had a synthetic children who are in organic twins. But anyhow, I was sitting there listening to him, and I had to have him repeat it 3 times. I said, that sounds like what's going on in our world. So the Star Trek Picard, I went on the internet. I did, and I looked it up to see what it was about. This is what got me, you all. It got me, first of all, it got me that they were talking about Q in there. And they traveled back to the year 2024 to undo what Q had done. If you all seen it, they, because Q, here's what happened. He was telling me, and he told me really good at first, and then he told me really good at second. Then the third time, I asked him to tell me. He goes, I'm not going to repeat it again. I said, please. He goes, well, you can read about it. And he told me, but it wasn't as good as it was the first and second time. The starships, the Starfleet Command, okay, here's what he said. The Starfleet Command, the ships and everything, were all up in orbit, and there was this anomaly in the sky. They saw a signal, or they heard a signal in the coming out of there, and they thought it was a good force. Okay, they did. So they're all out there, and all of a sudden it's the Borg. It's the Borg, and they annihilate them, annihilate the whole entire Federation. And that's what happened. And then something else happened. I don't know what happened. But anyhow, somehow Picard shows up again. He had his conscience downloaded into a synthetic body. Okay, and they asked him, and he was visited by Data's two twin daughters, and they were organic life, but Data was their parent, and something happened to Data, and Picard wanted to go back in time. I didn't see it. I'm trying to remember. He wanted to go back in time to the year 2024, where Q came in and did something. But in order to go back in time or something, they had to get the Borg Queen. And she was being tormented by all the voices in her head, all the consciousness crying out in her head for what had been happened, I guess lives lost or something like that. And she agreed to go back with them on their ship back in time, but she had her own plans. So when I was looking at that movie, this is what got me. It was, get this, in real life, Patrick, whoever he is, Patrick Stewart, he was not going to do any more Star Trek. They came to him and asked him to please do it. And in the year 2018, in the month of June, they publicly announced that they are going to do that. They will do the series Star Trek Picard, June of 2018. And I looked at that. I thought, now this is really weird because this is when my journey started, June of 2018. That's when my journey started, and that is when they announced it. They came public with it. And they weren't going to do no short series, no short movie. They were going to make it last, and they were going to tell about it. Um, so that's interesting. And, we got a Q and all of that. Something happened. Why did they pick the year 2024? Yeah. It is interesting. I'd like to watch it if I could sit down and watch a movie, if I could make myself do it, you all. I think it would be interesting. He only watched one, and I think they're going to finish the other one either in 2023 or 2024. I know that 2024 marks the accumulation of something. That is a very, very, very big year, 2024. Um, yeah. What's a TV? Well, there's some people who do watch TV. I don't watch TV, but you can watch it on your computer. You can. Oh, really? Heartland Lady? He had a magazine called Q. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. He wanted to go back in time to keep the Federation from getting destroyed. Whatever Q did, he messed up everything, I heard. But I didn't watch the movie or nothing. I just heard about it this morning. Yeah. Ah, L.M. Hertz. That's wonderful. You was telling your nurse today about Q being in the Bible, and she laughed at me. She said, "No, it ain't." Oh, okay. Well, I think a lot is, and you have to ask yourself, how did it get there? Because I think something happened, something went back in time and put it there. Okay, it changed the time, changed things. Okay, it's just like the video this morning. I think something has went back in time. Who has that ability? Oh wow. Um, so that's I hear a plane up there, but I don't know where it's at. I don't. Yeah, I might watch that one day. If it's not too long. If it's an hour, maybe I can watch it. If it's an hour. Um, yeah, yeah, you love movies. Yeah, 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 I heard that too. So I don't know what's up with all of that. I really don't. I have a feeling, but that's all I'll say. Rabbits, no. We got chicken wire all around the bottom of our garden to keep the rabbits out because the rabbits do like to go in there. All around the perimeter of the garden. Oh, what are those hummingbirds are fighting over the food? There's a chicken wire, and they can't get in. We do have a big black snake, a great big 3-foot snake up in the upper garden where all the vole hoes are, and there's all these hoes. My daughter saw it, but she's okay with it up there because it's going to eat the voles because the voles are eating the roots of all the plants and making them die. So yeah, that's great. Gina, do I own the book of Shepherd of Humans, Shepherd of Hermas? I don't know. If I have it, I don't know about it. My daughter could have something like that. Um, but I'm going to be very careful um, the things that I read. You know this thing, be careful little eyes what you see, be careful little ears what you hear, be careful little mouth what you say. I want to be careful. I want to I guard my heart, my eyes, my ears, and my mouth. If I can guard my mouth, that'd be great. ah, my, yeah, Eduardo, honey, I don't think I'm going to read any more. That I've done had my fill of the lost books. I did. I can't look at it anymore. I can't. I'm sure it's very interesting to some people, but it's not for me. That's a distraction in my journey. It really is for me. Um, but at least I know what I did see. Okay, so I am thankful that I did look. Okay, but I can't really look any further in it. Yeah. Um, Predator was a reptilian Draco Prime 10 times human strength. Oh my goodness, you all. Yes, we need a break from this stuff. That's exactly right. Or we're going to break. If we don't get a break from this stuff, we're going to break ourselves. Okay, we really will. And we fit for nothing. We won't even be able to be to focus on what we need to focus on. You all, we won't. I can't do it. I can't. I've got to have peace and balance in my life. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've heard about the Sumerian tablets. Yeah. A lot of just a lot of things feed on fear, and other human beings feed on fear too. You know that? Other human beings, isn't that interesting? Other human beings also feed on fear and pain and all that too. So if they feed on it, they're not that much different than those spiritual entities that feed on it too. Um, um, so yeah, if you're just tuning in, I may be on later tonight, but I don't know. But since I'm on here, I thought I'm going to come outside because I wanted to know if you're all feeling the quietness that's in the air. And I started feeling it around, I don't know, around 3 or so. Uh, a stillness in the air is that. Mm, yeah, the days are going to be rough, but hopefully we'll be able to weather it. We can weather the storm. We can. Um, well, I am going to go. Um, I just wanted to get on here and ask if you all felt the stillness in the air. Well, you can do it if If you set your mind to it, you can. You're also very welcome. So thank you all for tuning in. Even though I'm not in front of my computer, I'm outside right now because I thought I'm going to go outside because it seems peaceful, but yet very, very calm out here. It really does. Um, yeah. So thank you once again. And with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening if I don't see you anymore tonight. Love you and thank you, moderators, and thank you all for your comments. We got this. We do. We do got this. Even though it may get tough, we can do it. We can do it. Love you.